What up? Today I want to make a video talking about some of the characters in Mission Impossible, the characters that in my opinion elevate the franchise, and they circle around the idea that I've been talking about for quite some times now. After watching Fallout, I really wanted to talk about and discuss the bridge characters in the Mission Impossible franchise. Now, I made up the phrase bridge character, or at least I think I invented the phrase, is to describe the characters in a film that bridge the gap between the protagonist and the antagonist. Some of the examples in a lot of other movies that I can pull off the top of my head are Harvey Dent in The Dark Knight or Catwoman in Dark Knight Rises, Sean in Good Will Hunting, Franklin in Prisoners, and most of all, fucking Hannibal Lecter in Silence of the Lambs. These characters are designed to push our hero or a villain to a new dilemma that they never thought they would face. I think they are, besides the main lead, the most interesting aspect of all great drama. But today we'll be looking at the bridge characters in the Mission Impossible franchise, what they do, why I like them so much, and maybe why they work. This will contain spoilers for all Mission Impossible film, including Fallout, the one that just came out. Now, the way I see it, if the bridge character stands in between the hero and the villain, and they are free to move around in the middle ground, one character makes a move, every other characters are forced to move. And again, the concept of bridge character is very loose in my opinion. It can be in a lot of different variation in different scenarios. For example, this can go from Jim Phelps, Krieger, and Claire in the first film who pretended to be the good guys and tricked Tom Cruise, Kittredge who thinks Tom Cruise is the mole and treat him as the villain, to Jeremy Renner's character in Ghost Protocol who is the villain in his own story. I think the bridge characters are the main components to a good organic drama. They are usually side characters who just hang by the side, but I think it's so interesting to think about the power they hold in a story. Phelps being the villain sparks the entire third act. Lawrence Fishburne's character created an entire subplot with Ethan struggling to believe his superior. Better yet, just make them one of the main characters. Thandie Newton in Mission Impossible 2 plays a huge role in the film, and she herself is a bridge character. She was used as bait because the villain and her had a history. We see these characters constantly ride that edge of right or wrong, because if they fuck up, one side of the characters get fucked as well, whether that is the protagonist side or the antagonist side. I recently ranked all Mission Impossible movies from my favorite to least favorite in my Fallout review video, and I want to kinda explain why I liked Rogue Nation better than Ghost Protocol, because a lot of people liked Ghost Protocol the best. Well, besides everything, the vibe, the atmosphere, and the texture of both films, what makes me more drawn to Rogue Nation more is really simple actually. And that is Rebecca Ferguson's character. She is probably my favorite character in the entire franchise. Now, not just because she's attractive and everything, it's about the role she plays. In Rogue Nation, she was working with the MI6, undercovering inside Syndicate while helping IMF just before she took the drive and fled. And yet we don't see her as the villain, because ultimately she's doing it because of very compelling reasons. As I said before, she's the one in Rogue Nation that constantly rides that edge of justice and evil. Which side is she on? Really, no one's side. That's what makes her character so intriguing, and I'm so glad she was back in Fallout, playing almost the exact same role if you think about it. Killing Lane or protect Ethan. Overall, I think why I like the Mission Impossible franchise so much, a lot of the reason go to these bridge characters they implemented into the story. Phelps, Kittredge, Claire, and Krieger in Mission Impossible, Thandie Newton in Mission Impossible 2, Theodore and Lindsay Ferris in Mission Impossible 3. Even she died, she still had a role in the middle of the drama. William Brent in Ghost Protocol, Ilsa in Rogue Nation and Fallout. And in Fallout, we have Henry Cavill, who wants to frame Ethan and gets thrown into the mix. Mission Impossible is built around these characters, and I don't think the franchise will be as good if it wasn't for them. Of course, they would still have real stunts and great cast, but from a storytelling perspective, without the bridge characters, the movies will be a lot flatter. But of course, assume all is lost. Assume these characters never existed in the Mission Impossible franchise, we can still look at Ethan Hunt and say he himself is that type of character as well. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video and listening to me babbling about characters and whatnot. Do you like this type of video? Because I'm trying to expand my content. If you like this type of video, tell me in the comment. And what else do you want to see in this channel? Also tell me in the comments as well. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe so that you can see more of my videos. Remember, you have the right to do whatever you want. Nothing you say or do can be used against you by anyone, but I'll really like it if you subscribe, please and thank you.